teens will become pregnant in the U.S., and since May is Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month, ABC's One Life to Live is tackling the very real problem of kids who find out they're going to be parents. Take a look.
Okay, we have a situation here. And yeah, it's not what I wish would have happened, but I would not take back one thing that I said or felt that night, okay?
Me neither.
I just wish that we would have had a conversation. I mean, that we would have talked about it, that you would have worn a condom. I really wish that I'm not pregnant.
Please welcome Kristen Alderson, who plays Starr Manning, and Brandon Buddy, who plays Cole Thornhart.
We do a lot of kissing.
Yeah, yes. I like kissing.
Yeah.
So, Kristen and Brandon, wow, you are really tackling a serious subject on One Life to Live, which is about, teen pregnancy. When they came to you with this storyline, what were your thoughts about it?
We were, of course, a little nervous, but very excited to be a part of such a great story, and to be able to help out teens and people that are even not really planning on being pregnant and stuff. And so it's been great to kind of make a difference and get the story out there.
You're 16 or 17, Kristen?
I'm 16. I'm going to be 17 in, I think, like 14 days.
You already have my birthday. What's been the response at school?
Oh, I mean, my friends come up to me and they saw in the front page of like Soap Opera Digest that it said Starr is pregnant, and they came up to me, they're like, "You're pregnant on the show? What's gonna happen? Or what are you gonna do? What's Starr gonna do?" And I think, it's always a little bit of a shock when you hear that, and it's been, really interesting, and it's sparked a lot of conversations between me and my friends and coworkers and everything like that. It's been really great.
You also got your first kiss on that show, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
She's been there for 10 years, right?
Yes.
So you basically learned about the birds and the bees on that show.
I did. Starr kind of tended to experience things before I did, which was, yeah. I know. I'm shocked when I watch those videos. I mean, I go on YouTube and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't remember thinking that I was that little. I remember being like, I'm all cool and like older.
Now you've been blogging about this particular subject. What have you getting a lot of feedback from outside kids?
Yeah, on onelifetolive.com, I've been doing a blog, and it's about basically how I'm working with doing this storyline and being a 16-year-old playing a pregnant 16-year-old. So it's been really, interesting, and I've gotten great feedback on it. Teens are like, I started talking with my mom, and I started talking with my family about what I think about the whole situation, which is exactly what we're trying to do.
It's probably a good bridge, a good way to bring it up. It opens up the dialogue.
Definitely.
Brandon, in this, we've been following news stories like Jamie Lynn Spears, who's 17, and her boyfriend sticking by her side. In this storyline, you stick by her side.
Right.
Do you think that's the reality?
Not really. Actually, my character's kind of living in a dream world, just because he's had a lot of different stuff happen to him.
Right.
His dad passed away a few years ago, and just recently, a few months ago, his mom passed away. So this basically, this child is basically his new family. That's how he's looking at it. So he's got different circumstances than most teenagers my age go through.
Emotionally invested in this.
Exactly. So you're not going to find that very often.
Is he going to stay? You think your character will stay?
Well, he wants to, very much so. And it's definitely not.
Can we get a guarantee?
We could definitely say that reality is going to kick in. As much as Starr and Cole do love each other, there's a lot of trials and tribulations along with this pregnancy that they're going to have to go through.
He's going to have a big wake-up call soon. So.
You guys on here, you had that talk about using protection many times. So what happened that you didn't use protection?
Well, my dad had said that he was going to move me and my entire family to Hawaii suddenly the next day, and I was never going to see my boyfriend again, my friends. And Cole and Starr decided to spend, their last night together just talking about, how much they love each other and everything.
Right.
One thing led to another.
I know this story.
Yep. But they, I mean, it's it's definitely a reality. These things happen all of the time where,
Absolutely.
you know, teenagers have a plan where they're going to use protection, and then all of a sudden, in the circumstance
Emotions
that
take over.
they
Just
feel
you know what? And it's also other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
all the time.
Well, we have in our audience, we have Marisa Nightingale, the Senior Director from the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy. Now, Marisa, do you think it's a good idea for parents to get their kids to watch this storyline on One Life to Live?
I really do. I think it's a great opportunity. I think parents and teens should watch it together. And you don't often hear that about television, but I think they should watch together. They should read Kristen's blog, which is terrific, and comment on the blog. Just use it as a way to talk about their own values and what they believe, and ask their kids what they think of what Kristen is going through.
What about teens that are in the situation already? What advice do you have, if you could quickly say, you know, any experience that you've had, and what do you lend to them?
What I would hate to say is that if the first time they're having the talk is when you have to say, hey, Mom, I'm pregnant. That would be a bad scenario.
Yeah.
So my hope is that people really talk and make a plan and think about this way in advance. But once there is a pregnancy, once there is a baby, of course, shower that teenager and her baby with all the love and all the support you can, and get good medical care and take care of them. But if we could get as worked up about prevention in the first place, then a lot of those difficult things wouldn't have to happen.
So your organization supports Roe v. Wade, I take it?
Our organization supports prevention in the first place, and I think that parents and teens can start these conversations before there is a difficult situation.
Yes. So the open communication is best. Well, thank you, Marisa, to see what happens with Starr Manning and Cole, Thornhart, you can catch One Life to Live at 2 p.m. right here on ABC. And for more information on preventing teen pregnancy, log on to our website. We'll be right back.
Thank you both.